So when this test rolls around, majority of it's going to be factoring. So how do you start these problems? So we've got a strategy. The first thing you've got to do, first thing, is take out that greatest common factor. It makes your life a whole lot easier if you do. Second thing, determine the number of terms. If you've got 2 terms, then you either have difference of 2 squares or sum/difference of 2 cubes. Okay? If you've got 3 terms, you can try the AC method, perfect trinomial squares, or other methods, trial and error. If you've got 4, you do grouping. Number 3, check to see if the problem can be factored again, because sometimes when you factor out the greatest common factor, sometimes it can, sometimes it can't. Number 4, even though it is optional, it is to your advantage if you do check, because that does take care of any time you have wrong signs. So we've got about 7 problems we need to get through. So let's see. I see 2 terms, but before I do anything about that, I see some values I can pull out. My greatest common factor. Now I really need you to pause me and try these on your own and see if you come up with it. I see a 4 will come out and an x squared. If I factor that out, that'll give me an x squared. That will give me a minus 4. This is a difference of perfect squares, so I've got to keep my 4x squared. Square root of x squared, square root of 4. That's my final answer. Number 2, I see a 3 can be factored out. Now it's going to be one of those quick ones. Let me take my negative 15. The 3 is already brought down, so I don't have to worry about that. But my negative 15, if I try the AC, that's the pair I need, except my signs need to be opposite. So x goes at the front. I need a plus 3 and a minus 5. So that would be that particular problem. My next one. I see a binomial, but I see something common, 7x. I don't know if you remember, but I said if you've got an exponent larger than 2, be cautious, be very careful. I've got a difference of perfect squares. So let me do 2 parentheses, plus and a minus. Why I always put the minus on the back, remember, that can possibly go again. This one cannot. So let me write down what I've got so far. Focus on this only. I need 2 parentheses. Now that is factored completely. The next one, I do not see anything common, but I see 1, 2, 3, 4 terms. So I'm going to look at that term and look at those 2. And pull out an x squared. Pull out a negative 4. Let me pull out my x minus 5, my common binomial. Power larger than 2, beware. They love to sneak these in, so you've got to be careful. So that would be my final answer on that one. 3 more. Got a little bit more room on these. Let's see. We can factor out a 2. Okay. I'm not going to have a quick one on this one. So let's go 7 times negative 15 with your calculator. gives me a negative 105. So I've got negative 1 times 105. 2 will not go. Let's try 3. 4 won't. 5 will, but remember, start adding these up. This is the pair I need right here. So let me pull my 2 on down, keep it on hold, break up the middle. Factor out an x, factor out a positive 5. Parentheses match. There's my answer. Next one. Let's see. I can factor out a 3 and an x squared. That'll give me an x cubed plus 8. 8's a perfect cube, so let's rewrite this. See if you remember the pattern. I need x plus 2, square, opposite, multiply the 2, always positive, square. So there's my final answer. One more. See, a 2 can come and a y. So that would give me a 16x to the 4th minus y to the 4th. I've got a difference of perfect squares. Square root of that would give me 4x squared. Square root of that is y squared. These mirror that. Only difference is my signs are different. This one can go again. So let me rewrite. I've got to keep my 2y. Now I need 2 parentheses for that one, a plus and a minus. Square root of 4x squared is 2x. Square root of y squared is y. My final answer. Okay, thank you.